It's currently 10:12 p.m. I'm currently working on the back of the bottoms of this polystyrene drawing. In particular, I'm going to draw the other side of this line that essentially divides the boots from the jeans. I completed this line, I think around 8 p.m. before I briefly fell asleep today and got up around pretty much just now. Upon hearing that Dad had finished cooking the fries, and preparing these bagel sandwiches, although the bagel sandwiches weren't the limiting factor. The fries contributed to the majority of the prep time. They had to be cooked in our oven/stove while the bagels just had to be toasted. For a few minutes in our toaster. I recall that the fries were cooked for at least 15 minutes, probably longer. And then Dad seasoned them with the hottest of these 3 spices that I got from last year's Christmas as part of that year's man crate that Mom got me. And I don't mean the Christmas I celebrated about 2 to 3 months ago. I mean the one before that one. It's got noticeable spiciness, but not that intense. The bagel sandwiches have a jalapeno cheese, and some cold cuts, such as salami on them. Salami and ham. Around 6 in the morning, it was when I had breakfast today. Which consisted of a bowl of the Wegmans brand honey and oat cereal that Dad tends to get. Regularly. With whole milk. And I had that cereal with the first cup of coffee that I had out of a morning pot Dad made. I recall having somewhere between 2 to 3 cups of coffee, roughly from 6 to 9 in the morning. If I recall, in this cup, which I recall later breaking into this. If I recall, berry blue splash fruit juice that Dad got from Aldi's the other day. He only gets milk from Wegmans. Because from his experience, if you get milk from Aldi's, you have to drink it right away. Because it goes bad. Within 2 to 3 days. Whereas milk from Wegmans, it'll still be fine to drink. Even a couple of days after the expiration date. It was primarily during the morning hours and maybe a little bit into the afternoon hours that I worked into coloring the jeans area of this side of the polystyrene drawing, this current project. And then afterwards, after completing that, I moved on to essentially continuing where I left off from the sides in terms of the straps for the knee pads, continuing in order to continue them on and connect them to the back side of the polystyrene drawing, while at the same time drawing the line that divides the legs. Which I've decided to always use a black ultrafine Sharpie marker for, since there's a gap between the legs. It's not a continuation of something like essentially the lip or the outline of the nose or eyes. Around noon, I had a couple sandwiches Dad made for me in the morning to have for lunch later. Though due to the kind of bread Dad used for those sandwiches, which are kind of more appropriate for hamburgers. In fact, that was originally why he got them. And he only used that bread because it was pretty much all we had at the time. I couldn't toast the sandwiches like I usually do. Rather, I microwaved those two sandwiches for, I was going to do 2 minutes, but I got a sort of gut feeling that I should end it early at 1 minute. Since roughly after that time, I heard these little popping sounds from the microwave that you might hear if you microwave popcorn. And I could smell the sandwiches from a short distance from the microwave. maybe a foot or two away from it after that time. And I recall having the last of that gallon of whole milk. In a cup just like this, with those sandwiches. Hence why I later had the juice in this same cup that I earlier used to have coffee. In. I recall falling asleep around roughly 1:15 p.m. Then waking up around 5:15 p.m. It's currently 11:20 p.m. Dad went to Wegmans today, and that's where he got the new gallon of whole milk. Although he actually got this stuff during a trip to Aldi's he made on an earlier day. Having those fries left me with a lingering spicy sensation for a few minutes, but it's gone now, and it wasn't that bad. This topping Dad put on for this cheesecake is actually a cherry pie filling. Makes for a pretty good topping. And I'm still working towards getting this silk manufactory up to the point where it'll be able to produce royal velvet. Though it's been a somewhat lengthy process, as I haven't used any time boosters really for upgrading the silk manufactory. I've got to save them for being able to help me complete task sets faster. I'm currently using this ultrafine black Sharpie marker because as I was working on the polystyrene drawing project, the ultrafine end of a dual tip that I was using previously dried out. So now I'm using this.